Hello there guys, Proxence here, and welcome back to another video. So this is a theory slash speculation slash overall idea of what the Sun and Moon games are going to be. So Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer got released earlier today, and so far we have a ton of information, but not enough to really base the entire game. But I'm going to break it down into what I think the story is going to be. So first off, we're introduced with the character here. He seems to have been packed or just arrived somewhere. This is a personal idea, so through all my other speculation videos and idea videos, I think this is a Hawaii type setting, and from the looks of it, he just arrived here and has his room already. It's all neat and stuff, or he's just moved there or something like that. And here's what his cousin says. He says, "Welcome to paradise," which means that it's likely that he hasn't been here before, or he just arrived there through moving or through something else. I personally think that they're going to use a boat mechanic or something like that, like where he rides a boat to get there, or it's possible that he'll ride a plane through like tourism or something like that. As seen in the Japanese trailer, there is an airport in that trailer, but then again, that's based off of real life rather than the game itself. But it can be seen that the child that arrives in that trailer arrives through an airport, so it's possible that this character will arrive through an airport as well to get to the island, and then he gets to his home, gets ready, and then goes on his adventure after he meets his cousin. So after that, the kid goes to the professor, which I'm assuming is this guy, surely based off the fact that he tosses out 3 Pokeballs, so it's probably the professor, you know. So then he gets his starter, which are these 3 Pokemon. I've already covered all of them in another video, so the link for that will be down below. So let's skip this portion. So then we get to the fact of the region right after this, which is another topic I discussed. But basically, I'm assuming there's different islands, more different islands. So I'm gonna say that the main character goes from island to island. This island doesn't seem to be the main one, although it is quite large. I don't think this is gonna be the main island. I think this is gonna be like the starting one. Then he goes by boat, by plane, or some type of item through the entire thing, because this is way too small to be the entire region. I think this is just a tiny portion of it, which is meant to introduce what is possible in the game. So if we continue here, he just goes through this, and there's all these like items and stuff here, like those. I'm not gonna say tiki because I don't think Nintendo would use that. I think they're like custom to the game itself, and they're meant for the game itself. So maybe they're influential towards the overall storyline. Then we just got this person here looking out. That person has a larger influence in the Japanese trailer. You see more of them, and one thing that I noticed in the Japanese trailer is there's a Whalmer Pail. Guys, the Whalmer Pail is coming back! I mean, it never left anywhere, but it's here again. So here we get another shot of the city. So maybe, like, what can be seen here on the left is a type of area. It might be a dock for a water plane. You know, one of those planes that float on water. I don't really know what they're called, but that could be a dock for that plane. It just, like, landed there. It's doing all its stuff, or it could be for a boat. Again, it's possible that the character came here by boat or by plane, but again, that is just me theorizing about what's possible. Another thing that you notice is the tall tower. That could be just some random tower, or it could be one of those airport towers, you know. It's possible that there's another airport around here, and that's just a water airport, or that's just some random tower. But I'm assuming that's one of those airport towers that are meant to look around to see if the planes are coming in and if the planes are going out right where they're supposed to. So again, that's what I personally think, that he comes in by plane or by boat to the island. So after that, you see him walking around, and we get a shot of the main village here. This is a very leisure village compared to other things, because the houses aren't like all glamorous and huge like other games. They're just nice little houses. And what can be seen in the top left is what I'm assuming is the dojo, to say, based off of what the Professor was wearing. But I'm not gonna say dojo. I'm more so gonna say that that's the Pokemon lab where he goes to get his starter and talks to Professor. But I'm gonna say that just based off the fact that it doesn't really look like all the labs, but it's probably the lab. So he's walking here and there's somebody in front of it, so maybe that's influential towards the story where somebody tells him something. But skipping off here, that's probably your rival, and you probably have another rival which is the opposite gender character. I'm assuming that there's going to be two rivals instead of just the one rival, which from the looks of it, I don't think it's a person that is known already, just because they show up and it's like, oh hi, you're your trainer too, man. What's up, bro? And also, it can be seen here that this is the Pokemon Professor guy, the bottom left-hand corner. So I'm assuming this is a guy who was late to get his starter, so he's coming in and he's going to get bashed on. Like, oh, you're late to get your starter, man. Oh, gosh. So then, again, it shows all the starter Pokemon. And this is a part I am really going to speculate about and theorize. So I personally think that the Sun and Moon Pokemon are going to be a huge part in the game, like most games, but I think that they're going to be, the storyline itself is going to be like to the game itself. So Pokemon Sun won't have anything to do with Pokemon Moon, and Pokemon Moon will have nothing to do with Pokemon Sun. That's generically stated, but this is where I get into what I think the story is going to be. So you start off as your trainer, you're going through through the game, then you find the gyms. Then you probably hear some chatter about a rumor that this huge, like, astrological event is about to occur. And you hear that from a evil team, and they're, like, talking about how they want to take this thing. And people in the place talk about how this evil team is an evil team. And I'm assuming that this astrological event that occurs is specific to the game itself. So, say in Pokemon Sun, there's this huge solar flare, or something like that, or some solar eclipse of sorts. But if it was something like that, I would have expected Pokemon Solar and Pokemon Lunar, but maybe not. That's just my idea, that there's some sort of eclipse or some sort of astrological event that occurs from the sun in Pokemon Sun that causes this legendary to awaken or to arrive to the Earth, to be summoned through that factor. So then I think the evil team, that's some cliche team like other games, but I really don't hope it's like Pokemon, I don't hope it's like, I hope it's not like X and Y, and I hope it's not like Team Rocket. I hope it's a unique team that has a unique goal that's actually interesting. That's something that they want to happen, and I think that their goal is to not harness the power in a sense, but to use it to absolutely destroy everything in existence. Or harness the power. Who knows? Theorizing. And then we get to this, which is using its move, and then we get to the Pokemon Moon one. So, since it's dark, in this one, I'm assuming that something occurs at night to summon this Pokemon. And back to Pokemon Sun, it was daytime, which summoned that Pokemon. So, that's just my idea on the whole legendaries, that it occurs at a specific time of day to summon these specific Pokemon. And I think that's going to be the lore through the game. So, another thing I think about the story is that you'll not stay on one giant island. I think you're going to travel from islands, because the game is obviously based off of Hawaii. There's so much evidence that points towards it, and I don't expect Nintendo to be like, psych! You thought it was based off Hawaii, but actually it's based off this really random island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. But yeah, I wouldn't expect Nintendo to do that, except they probably will. But again, I don't know. But I personally think, since it's going to be based off Hawaii, there's going to be different islands that you're traveling to, and this place for these legendaries might be its own island. Who knows? It might be a specific island that is specifically aligned with the astrological event for these Pokemon to get summoned. So that's something more deeply divulged into, which I expect it to be something like that. I expect this to be something with an astrological event that summons these Pokemon, and the evil team wants to do something evil with them. But I think the Pokemon are going to retaliate against everybody, and it's going to be just an overall theory of what the game could be. It's possible that this could actually be the story, and I could be really lucky at guessing, or it's possible that it couldn't be, and I could be really bad at guessing. So yeah, that's going to be it for this theory video about Pokemon Sun and Moon. I do hope you guys did enjoy, and again, this is all based on personal opinion and what I've gathered from watching both the trailers. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you guys did enjoy, And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. The links to all my other theories and stuff are down below. See you guys next time.